What it do, world? It's a new day. God is good all the time, and all the time even better. Excuse the lighting. It's nighttime over here in Florida, so we working off the Eastern time zone. But I thought I'd make a video. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent, and just keep bringing out more videos, just on my thoughts and things that I go through on a daily basis. Uh, yeah, man. I was talking to my homeboy earlier today, and I was telling him, like, man, things feel off. Today's Memorial Day, and I'm like, it just feels off. You know what I mean? And it always rains every Memorial Day down here, which is normal. But then the sun pops out, people bring out the grills, and people have a good time. But from what I'm seeing in the past couple of days, just from shopping around with my kids and doing the daily things that people do on a regular basis, I'm starting to notice that things are getting a little bit more, I don't know what's the right word, but it's not the same. The stores don't feel the same. There's not as many people in there shopping like they used to be. Yeah, it feels like life is changing. I know that there's a shift happening around in the world, and it can definitely be felt, but we're feeling it over here. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that, but the world just feels different. It really does. People don't care for each other like how they used to. Family doesn't care for each other like how they used to. I come from a Haitian background, and I remember, when we'd have cousins or whatever would come from Haiti, uh, my parents would set up a little area. They would fix up the garage or whatever. Eventually, we ended up changing the garage to a room, but this is before. We would fix the garage, clean it out, and put beds in there, put a little AC in there, AC unit, fan, whatever. And when they come, they knew that they had a place to stay for X amount of time until they were able to get themselves established, get their paperwork together so that way they could be citizens of America and just, do it like that. But nowadays, that don't even happen. You know what I'm saying? People are kicking out their kids at 18 or sometimes even younger. I don't know, man. The pay doesn't look the same. Everything else is increasing, but the pay is not going up with it. So, you know what I mean? It's getting quite ridiculous out here. And there's almost like nowhere to run if you're trying to find some type of refuge. I mean, you can go at other places and the pay might be a little bit better and you might be able to sustain yourself a little bit, but all in all, nah, it's definitely, there's definitely a difference going on. There's a lot of change happening. So all I can say is we need to start looking out for one another. Like, seriously, we really do need to start looking out for one another. My bad, y'all. But start taking care of each other. Start stop being deceitful, man. Be honest with somebody, bro. If you're not rocking with someone, or if you don't really fuck with them, just let them know off the rip, man, so that way no energy is wasted. Because right now we have a lot of energy vampires out here that are just sucking people's energy dry. All right, and we have a lot of distractions as well that's going on between the Diddy scandal and Tory Lanez with the Megan Thee Stallion. All those things are important, but they're not really important because as we're focusing on those things, there's something being done underneath where we don't know. Our laws are being passed by the legislation that we don't know. You know, I think we really need to start looking out for each other. I think we need to focus on something. And if you don't believe in something, I strongly suggest you find something to believe in. You know what I mean? There needs to be some form of base. And it needs to be built on solid ground, because if you're trying to build some base on muddy waters, it won't hold when shit hits the fan. But if you build some form of faith onto something that is strong, a solid ground, that solid rock, I believe that you'll be all right in the end. If you have the pure of heart, and if you are one of the chosen ones that, already are inscribed to be chosen. But I'm gonna just try to do more videos, man, and just keep giving y'all what I'm receiving. And hopefully somebody's picking it up. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I noticed that my views have went down tremendously because I went from music to this to that to this to that, and I've been bouncing around. I'm a talented person, I can't lie, and I'm not saying this out of vanity, but as of right now, my creativeness needs to be more focused on this right now. And I hope it reaches someone, and I hope it inspires someone to do better, to be better than what you were yesterday, to give when you don't want to give. I ain't saying be no fool now. If somebody's hurting you, then you should know how to move accordingly. And if you don't, that's okay, because I've been used. I ain't gonna act like I never been used. I've been used. You know what I mean? But what happens is, after being used for so many times, you should start to have a level of discernment where you know when to start. Hey, you got to protect your peace. You got to protect your energy, because otherwise these vampires will just suck you dry. So just look out for one another, man. Like I said, try not to be so harsh and so cruel off the rip. Try to see where people are coming from. A lot of people are going through their own trials and tribulations as well. And, coming off at the wrong frequency or the wrong energy might be drastic. The consequences of that could be very serious. Like I said, I'm in Florida. So if somebody's having a bad day and you confront them in the wrong manner, that could be a life or death situation, to be honest with you. Especially with summertime, that heat is flaring up and people get agitated a lot more quicker. So with that being said, man, I just hope that we can find some type of common ground and try to rebuild what has been taken away, or rebuild what has been destroyed. Be a person that searches for truth, because once you find truth, you can be free. But the thing is, once you find truth, you'll see how deep that rabbit hole gets, because there's so much information to be processed. I don't have it all put together. I'm going through my own situation each and every day. But every night, I make sure that I give God praise. And I thank Him that, hey, I made it through a day. Hey, I was able to feed my kids. Hey, I was able to pay certain bills and keep it moving. So, yeah, man. Let today be a great day, man. It's Memorial Day. I didn't even see them really show any advertisements about that either, So the soldiers that sacrificed themselves for the country. Like I said, I'm Haitian. I was born in America, but my bloodline is Haitian. But, being born in America, it is something to be proud of in a sense. There's not a lot to be proud of, especially when you know the history of America and the things that they've done and the atrocities that they've done. But at the same time, it was supposed to be a place of opportunity. But right now, the way things are going and the way the frequency is aligned, a lot of truth is being revealed. So once truth is being revealed, then you gotta kind of deal with it from that standpoint. I always knew this was gonna happen. It was inevitable, to be honest with you. It was inevitable because when you build something deceitfully, you build something without honor, then it has nowhere to go but down. For the time being, yes, it can increase and things can get better, but for how long do you think that will happen? So, let today be a great day, a great night. Try to make the best of what you can. Try to control what you can. Y'all have a good one. Yeah.